Hi, my name's Matt Ward. I'm going to tell you a couple of ways that I cut up jungle breaks on my album Slow Car Crash. The first way is pretty straightforward. This is on the song Richness is a Relationship Between Two People. And this is the easiest way to chop up a jungle break, I reckon, which is just to go into your digital audio workstation. I'm doing this on Auria Pro on the iPad. Go straight into the waveform of the break and just zoom down into as minute detail as possible. Now, a lot of DAWs will detect the transients, the hits in the break, and split them up that way. I find no matter how much I change the parameters, I can't get them to break in the places that I want them to, so I much prefer just to go in and hit them, split them up exactly where I want them, take off any quantization, zoom right in, and just split them all up into the individual hits. Once you've done all that, you can then take all the hits, the single hits, and put them on individual tracks. So you've got all your snares on one track, all your kicks on another, all the hi-hats on another, and so on. And take all those hits and move them down onto individual tracks, and then you start messing around with the single hits to make the break more interesting. So here you can see I've done it in the middle on the breakdown on the track here. And all that has involved just taking the individual hits, reversing some of them. We just solo this one up. That's on the hat. If we take this should be the snare. So you can see on that particular hit, I've time stretched it, just stretched it out with a low res time stretch. Here in Auria Pro, you just do it by grabbing it, stretching it out to whatever you want, and choosing the algorithm that you're going to stretch it to. So you want a particularly that old sort of jungle feel. You do it with a very low quality time stretch. Other hits are pitched up and down. So I've pitched these, gone into each hit, gradually pitched them up, knocked some out, silenced some to give it a bit more interest. And I find that you can go completely crazy with chopping up a drum break and make it sound completely scattershot, but I prefer to always have like the first half of the break hitting on a repeating rhythm, and then the second half making it as random as possible, so you've still got that basic groove going underneath. Otherwise it just sounds like unless the effect that you want to go for is complete chaos, which also sounds great, you just want to keep a groove going underneath the whole thing, you know.
between two people.
Okay, the second way to chop up a jungle break that I did on my album Slow Car Crash is a little bit more complex, and that's to take the waveform. This is a classic sort of jungle break. Then split it up. Dynamic split. This is in the Reaper digital audio workstation. You can choose your, how much it's going to slice up the transients. Get it right if you can. Get something to your liking. Split it up the way you want. Then tick the box for create chromatic MIDI item from slices. Basically, slicing it across the keyboard. Split it, and there you go. It's put it each hit on a different slice of the keyboard here. So you then move around all the MIDI according to, and just keep playing it until you've got a different sort of groove going. And you can do, infinite different patterns. So what I ended up with was taking each of the individual hits, then bouncing them down to individual tracks. So I've got my snares on one track and kick on another, and then start going into the waveform here and reversing it around, pitching it around, and so on. So from the original break, what I got was something a little bit different that's in the breakdown of the track Heads or Tails on the album. And let me just play what that sounds like. As you can see, it's dropping out a little bit because I did it all on a 2 GB RAM netbook, which is about $200. So you don't need to break the bank to make this sort of music, and you don't need to break the bank to hear the album either, because it's a free download. You can stream it on Spotify as well. I'll put a link in the comments. The album's called Slow Car Crash, and it's by Matt Ward. Thanks.